Hey guys, on this episode of Drive By Junkyards, we have got the most unusual junkyard find, not even by the side of the road this time, that I've ever come across. Take a look at this. In the beautiful mountains of southeastern Tennessee, not far from Swanee, Tennessee, and we found this. You are not going to believe it. It's like, yeah, okay, it's just sitting here. Yeah, you want to know where it's sitting? Way below here. I mean, this car had to have been driven over the edge, shoved over the edge, or something. The body's here. The chassis is sitting over here. The top of the mountain is up there. Where we first noticed it as we were hiking by, like I said, there's the fender. Up there is where the rest of the car is, and way up there is the ridge. Get a little closer here. I can't even tell you what this car is yet. I think it's some sort of GM car, but I mean, the chassis is sitting here upside down. Let's see, what kind of wheels have we got here? Looks like something aftermarket that was put on this thing. It was a coupe of some kind, maybe even a ragtop. We gotta take another look at it. But I can't even begin to tell you what this thing is yet. I'm gonna have to do a little more investigation. Right down here, it's actually got another wheel that might have come out of the trunk area. Look at that right there. Not quite sure about that wheel. Really small differential in it. Here's the transmission, and the engine, of course, is sitting upside down along with the chassis of the vehicle. This has got to be one of the most unusual finds ever, at least for me. I'm going to keep filming this and trying to figure out what it is, but in the end, I am probably going to need some help from you, the viewer of this video. Tell me what kind of vehicle this is. Get a little closer down in here, try to get a good look at the exhaust manifolds. It is just hard to tell. I guess we will have to call this the mystery drive-by junkyard, and you can't even drive by this. This is a hike-by junkyard find. Things for sure. It had air conditioning, and it's really air conditioned right now. Here's the Bluetooth version of the gas tank, which is of course separated from the chassis. But I'm still just stunned at how far down this car is from the top of the ridge out there. This must have been a spectacular rollover, kind of like a scene from an action movie. Fortunately, the taillight panel is so smashed up on this, almost gives me a feeling like it's a Buick. I don't know. Just cannot tell. Oh, wait a minute. There's some third brake light type of action going on right here. This gives me a feeling of a Cadillac. I just know that can't be a Cadillac. There's no way. It's old red pinstriping on it. Got it's definitely a coupe. Sort of a smashed down convertible now. Some other stuff here, I'm not even sure that belongs with it. It looks like the grill off of a truck of some kind. Here this car sits. Body by Fisher, so it's definitely a GM. Let's see what other information we can glean from this. Getting as close as I can, guys. Maybe you can help me out, help me decode this thing. Here's a still shot of the cowl tag for any of you sleuths out there who want to help us decode this mystery car. The trunk lid, which is actually sitting underneath the car, and I just can't tell, but I'm telling you, it gives me a vibe like it's a Buick. I just cannot tell. Gosh, come on, where's the information on this thing? What do you think, folks? This has got to be the most unusual find. Of course, I know other people have been out here hiking and have seen this, but this is our first of a kind, one of a kind, hike by junkyard find. Here's another part of another gas tank. So I guess maybe there's, I don't know, maybe it was out of spare. A little bit more down here. Like I said, looks like to me it was driven over the edge, or maybe shoved off the edge, but there's some bush light here, so there might have been some drinking and driving. Little malt liquor going on here too. Another beer bottle over here. And over here is the only front, maybe fender part that you can even find, and that's so crushed up you can't tell what that's from either. I mean, this is just trash. Anyway, help me out, guys. What is it? The horn's there. I doubt it works, but there's at least a horn. Maybe that was blowing as it went over the edge. So look at it, as you can see right there with the body, and way up there is the chassis. This must have been one spectacular flyover, crash to the bottom type of accident. Hope nobody was in it. And as we're walking out, we did find a couple of spare tires, so anyway, don't think we'll be able to put them on and get it out of here, but there we go. More evidence of the car. We got to get going. It's getting late in the day, and like I said, we've been hiking out here, and I'm going to just have to do some more work off of that tag and see if I can figure out what kind of car this was. But this is quite the unusual find. I wish there was some front end or cowl, or the back tail panel hadn't been crushed so much so I could try to figure out what this is. But tell me in the comments, guys. Help me figure this out. Help me solve the mystery of this hike-by junkyard find. I tell you, classic car lovers, it's always good to be outside and explore nature. I initially thought we would not be doing a classic car video on this excursion, but it just goes to show you, sometimes you don't have to go looking for classic cars. They will find you in places where cars aren't supposed to be, even on a hike deep in the woods and over a cliff. Click on these thumbnails if you want to see more drive-by junkyard and classic car videos. Also, if you like what we're doing, please subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell to see more from me, Earl with an E.